For me, it was a question of conscience more than courage. I had clear objectives in coming forward, which was to prevent him from harming other women. I mean, these are memories that nobody should have. Because he was the top law enforcement official in the state of New York, I felt that the stakes were much higher for myself in terms of my personal safety. And so I decided to be strategic and really make sure that I had all the facts in order, that I had the right allies around me. And in terms of the mechanics of what I did to prepare for my safety, I got a lawyer, I got a counselor who works with victims of domestic violence and harassment, and I told a few friends so that they knew to have my back and look out for me. I also did some very practical things, like I deleted my social media accounts. I feel that you have no idea if people will snap when they're about to be exposed as a perpetrator. And I've had many friends who have had abusive experiences who still live in mortal fear of their abusers. And I didn't want to be that person.
The New York Attorney General resigning tonight after accusations of physical violence by 4 women.
The New Yorker spoke to 4 women, 2 who gave their names. And what the women allege is in direct contradiction to the causes Schneiderman has spent more than a decade supporting.
After the story came out, because he resigned, I felt like I would be okay because he was no longer in a position of power. He was no longer the top law enforcement official in the state of New York. What I was dealing with more was the aftermath of the abuse itself, and also his persistent denial that he had ever done anything to me or to any of the other women. But what I was hopeful about is that it seemed to have sparked a lot of conversations about consent. I think what we need to be doing to actually achieve progress is we really need to be looking at the laws, we need to be looking at the education, we need to be looking at the conditioning, and we need to provide more support for people to come forward. And we need to be looking at the mental health aspects, because the trauma is very real. I've dealt with PTSD before, but the heart palpitations and the shaking that comes unexpectedly is something I wasn't prepared for. I regret getting into the relationship. I wish that I didn't have to come forward. The trauma and the guilt kind of is forever, but doing the right thing is paramount.